this weekend. 2% of the world's population has been, according to him. Now, that's 6 million Americans alone. Dr. Roger Leir is a Californian podiatrist with over 40 years' experience in feet, but he's also the world's leading expert when it comes to surgically extracting items left inside victims of alien abductions. Items that are literally, according to him, out of this world. Damien Christie has a close encounter with the good doctor.
You're about to meet one of the few doctors in the world who'd take you seriously if you said you'd been kidnapped by aliens. And even claims to have removed alien leftovers from inside victims.
Well, to date, we performed 13 surgeries for the removal of objects from individuals who allege alien abduction.
Dr. Leir's foray into this unusual sideline came unexpectedly.
I first became involved in this as the consummate scientific skeptic to prove that this was the biggest bag of nonsense that I ever heard.
A skeptical podiatrist, Dr. Leir offered to remove an object embedded in the foot of a woman claiming she'd been abducted.
During the first surgery, the patient underwent a local anesthesia, and the anesthesia was working quite well. But when we went ahead and touched the object, the patient violently objected and kicked her foot off the table. I've taken out things from the foot hundreds of times before, and I've never seen anything that looked like this.
Dr. Leir says no one was prepared when the reports of the implant came back.
The iron that we found, the objects are highly magnetic, and you would expect they contain iron, but when we looked at the iron is what we call amorphous. In Earth technology, there is no way to make iron magnetic that has no crystalline form.
As news of Dr. Leir's discovery spread, more alien abductees came to him.
I do feel that this implant was from that first encounter.
The spherical shape, lights, many lights.
I would say I'm 99.99% sure.
Well, there's a lot of people that contact me about they think they may have objects, and some of them are kooks.
Some people would say, look, you go around taking alien implants out of people's feet. So what do you define as a kook?
They may tell you that they got 13 implants and 2 of them in their brain, and one of them is somewhere else, and or they hear voices. You know, some of these people have legitimate mental problems.
How you tell a kook from a valid alien abductee is anyone's guess, but they're more common than you'd think.
The Roper poll, which was done in 1993, showed that possibly 2% of the American population was a victim of abduction. Now, I think that's a very conservative poll.
So 2% in the US, that's about 6 million people.
It's about 6 million people.
Busy aliens.
Yes, well, also, you know, that's just America, but the things that go on in the U.S. are no different than what's probably going on in New Zealand or Australia.
Since embarking on his mission as an ET GP, Dr. Leir's also had more than his own share of close encounters.
One was at actually at a UFO conference in Laughlin, Nevada, and both myself, my wife, and my daughter had some kind of a communicative message. Another time I was driving on the freeway and we saw something that lit up, and it was probably the most beautiful object that I've ever seen. A third time I saw a very silver, highly polished saucer. And actually there was a fourth time, and at this time we saw both a huge triangle and a saucer.
Earth must be getting good publicity somehow. Apparently we're a popular spot for interplanetary tourism.
I think we're definitely being visited by more than one species, and we have no idea of knowing where they come from. As far as we know, maybe it's not some kind of an organized thing for all of them. Maybe some just visit here, the little arm of the Milky Way, and they see this interesting planet.
You're hoping to see some flying saucers while you're here?
It would be nice. I would like to die.
Background and obvious.